The Sanctuary of Truth is an incredible 105 meters tall temple or museum made entirely of wood. Yes, it is entirely, not even metal nails are used in its construction. How the various parts are joined are depicted by samples outside of the museum.
This is originally
It is the biggest attraction in Pattaya and one of the most significant. The outside view of Sanctuary of Truth. The first sculpture you will notice is the gigantic four-faced Brahma. The Hindu deity is there to symbolize your ruler's morals. No matter if it is your parents, teachers, or the king, they have to follow the four universal virtues, namely benevolence, compassion, empathetic joy, and equanimity. On each of the sanctuary's four rooftops, you can notice beautiful curves of women, each of them carrying an object. The one on the eastern roof has a scripture symbolizing the need of present-day people to turn back to the old prophets and philosophers and have a proper guide in life. The western rooftop girl squeezes a rice stalk while carrying a pigeon on her arm. It's a reminder you need to keep the land fertile for the peace of the country and the world. The sculpture sitting on the northern rooftop carries a lotus, urging you to keep practicing your religious teachings. At the same time, her southern rooftop sister is depicted with a child and an elder by her side, showing us the duty we have to look after our family. The center of the temple's rooftop, you can see a spirit riding a horse. It combines all the duties and teachings of the other four, moving into the future with the ultimate goal of peace around the world. Truth number 1. Who are we? Where are we from? The first question reflects how human beings have transformed words into carved art representing the four elements, namely earth, water, wind, and fire, to symbolize the equality of all people. Regardless of race, religion, or circumstances, we all share the same ultimate destination, which is embodied in the formation of four elements. The second truth: how do we live our lives? Despite our external differences, we all experience the same fundamental journey of life. This is the natural law that governs all existence. The second truth will be represented through wood sculptures illustrating the universal human life cycle, namely birth, aging, and suffering, which is shared by all. While each individual's beliefs about the afterlife may vary, the inevitable passage through these stages remains constant in the human experience. The third truth, the end of life. The final stage of the life cycle is death, represented by the Buddha's relics. Just as we enter this world with nothing, we also depart from it empty-handed. No wealth, power, or material possessions can accompany us into the afterlife. What truly remains after we are gone are the deeds we have done, the kindness we have shown, and the impact we have left on others. It is through these selfless actions that our legacy endures beyond our physical existence. Fourth truth, samples of civilization. The fourth truth highlights the great civilizations of Eastern world that have flourished and eventually faded, yet their wisdom and contributions continue to shape future generations. For example, ancient China's Confucian philosophy emphasizes morality, respect for elders, and social harmony, influencing countless societies beyond its borders. Similarly, India's spiritual traditions such as Hinduism and Buddhism introduced profound concepts of karma, dharma, and meditation, guiding millions in their pursuit of enlightenment. The Persian Empire, known for its advancements in governance and literature, left behind texts like Avesta, which continue to inspire ethical principles. Even the wisdom of ancient Mesopotamian civilizations, which laid the foundation for early laws and writing systems, still echoes in modern society. These legacies remind us that while empires may rise and fall, the values and philosophies they leave behind endure, influencing humanity for generations to come. The fifth truth. What is a life goal? The fifth truth could represent a principle or realization essential to achieving life goals, such as self-discipline, perseverance, or clarity of purpose. The pillars around the great castle might symbolize fundamental values or guiding principles that support the achievement of life goals. For example, hard work, patience, wisdom, courage, and adaptability could be the pillars that uphold success. Just as a castle stands tall with strong pillars, a person's life goals require a solid foundation built upon discipline, strategy, and unwavering belief. Setting life goals is simple in concept. You identify what you want, but not effortless because achieving them requires consistent effort, sacrifices, and resilience. Sixth truth. Society is like a two-sided coin. Society is like a two-sided coin with both positive and negative aspects. On one side, there is kindness, cooperation, and progress where people work together to build communities, advance knowledge, and improve lives. For example, nations that promote education and social welfare create more opportunities for their citizens, leading to prosperity and innovation. On the other side, there are conflicts, misunderstandings, and selfishness which can lead to division and suffering. History has shown that societies that fail to compromise or address inequality often face unrest or downfall. For instance, the Cold War demonstrated how two global superpowers remained locked in ideological opposition, leading to decades of tension and missed opportunities for collaboration. The sixth truth emphasizes the importance of finding a middle path, namely choosing dialogue over conflict and balance over extremes. When societies embrace compromise, they can achieve peace and progress. However, if they refuse to understand each other, they risk division, stagnation, and even destruction. Seventh truth, the beginning of society. The beginning of society, family as a foundation. Family is the cornerstone of society, shaping individuals' values, beliefs, and personalities. It acts as the first school where children learn about love, respect, and responsibility. The way a family nurtures its members directly influences how they contribute to the larger society. For example, in many cultures, respect for elders is instilled within families. In Japan, the concept of oyokoko teaches children to honor and care for their parents, which extends to a societal culture of respect and harmony. Similarly, in Indian culture, joint families emphasize collective responsibility where multiple generations live together, supporting and guiding one another. Parents make sacrifices to provide for their children through education, financial stability, or emotional support. A mother who works long hours to ensure her child receives a good education, or a father who teaches life skills through his actions exemplify this sacrifice. What we do for our family also reflects our gratitude. Small acts like spending time with parents, expressing appreciation, or taking care of them in old age reinforce the cycle of love and care. The seventh truth reminds us that strong family bonds create strong individuals, and strong individuals build a compassionate society. A community with deep family values fosters trust, cooperation, and a sense of responsibility that benefits everyone. The Sanctuary of Truth is an unfinished museum in Pattaya, Thailand, designed by Thai businessman Lek Viriyaphan. The museum structure is a hybrid of temple and a castle that is themed on Ayutthaya Kingdom and of Buddhist and Hindu beliefs. The building is notably constructed entirely out of wood and it contains only wood-carved idols and sculptures. The construction began in 1981 and was supposed to be completed by 2025. When we visited in January 2025, we could see the artisans working the sculptures inside the museum. However, the visitors are permitted to wear hard hats inside for protection. Life, philosophy, and human values. Through intricate wood carvings, It conveys the journey of life from birth to death, the legacy of past civilizations, and the duality of society. It highlights the importance of compromise, family bonds, and spiritual enlightenment. Ultimately, these truths remind us that material possessions are temporary, but the virtues we cultivate and the good we do for others endure beyond our lifetime. The sanctuary stands as a timeless symbol of wisdom, unity, and the interconnectedness of all beings. Planning a trip to Thailand, never miss to visit the Sanctuary of Truth.